Life Audio.
Welcome to the Crosswalk Devotional. We're so glad to have you as a listener. Today's topic is cheering instead of competing. We'll be right back with a brief message from our sponsor. Cheering Instead of Competing by Laura Bailey. The boys grew up, and Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the open country, while Jacob was content to stay at home among the tents. Genesis 25:27 NIV. My husband just completed his first sprint triathlon. I was one proud wife. The week before the race, I made a countdown sheet. The girls made posters, and we even made up a few cheers. The competition started early, but I was determined to cheer my man on from start to finish. With two sleepy girls in tow, we went to the pool just in time to watch their daddy line up to dive in at the 7 a.m. start. If you aren't familiar with triathlons but plan to participate as a spectator one day, I'll let you in on a little secret. There's a lot of waiting around, so most competitors do not have many fans present to cheer them on, especially not wives accompanied by children ages 4 and under. The girls and I went to the playground because it would be at least an hour before seeing my husband again. While there, some of the bikers came in and began the run. So naturally, I clapped and shouted words of encouragement to those athletes starting their final phase of competition. My daughter then looked up and asked, "Was that Daddy?" After I told her that it was not, it was just other people in the race. To my great chagrin, she replied, "Then why did you wish them good luck? I will only cheer for my daddy. I hope those other people lose." Her response shocked me. On the way to the race, we shared that we should be excited and happy for everyone participating. We should cheer others on, even when they achieve something we'd wish we'd accomplished, like winning a race. While trying to remove the speck from my daughter's eye, that plank was sticking pretty far out on my own. Matthew 7:5. I do not wish for others to lose or drop out of a race, but I act that way regarding the game of life. I can easily convince myself I deserve what others have achieved, regardless of how I place. Sometimes God reminds me of the story of Esau and Jacob to break loose from those simple thoughts. God had a specific plan for both of them, and while those plans ran smoothly, the boys grew up and Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the open country, while Jacob was content to stay at home among the tents. Genesis 25:27. Here's the thing. Esau was his father's favorite, and Jacob was his mother's. One would think both brothers were satisfied with this arrangement. But just like us, greedy Jacob wanted more and desired to one-up his brother instead of living contently with all that God had given him. So what did he do? He took advantage of his brother's physical weakness, resulting in a hungry Esau selling Jacob's birthright, special God-giving blessings for a bowl of soup. This story seems extreme, an inheritance for soup, but it demonstrates an important truth about the human heart. From where do we derive pleasure? What are we seeking? Does it possess something our friends or siblings do not have, or maintain a bigger, better version of what they do have? Jacob went on to trick his father, taking from his brother again. His mother was so afraid for his life that she sent him away. Fast forward, and this story does have a happy ending, but not without its share of struggles and hardships. Jacob returned home after significant time had passed, and amazingly, Esau welcomed him with open arms. The story also demonstrates another truth. Although separated from his family because he sinned against his brother and his father, God eventually reunited them after Jacob repented and humbled himself before the Lord. Most importantly, God chose Jacob to carry on the Abrahamic covenant, not Esau. However, because Jacob stole what was rightfully his brother's and deceived his father, he suffered many consequences, including losing precious time with his family that he could never regain. Looking out the window with envy never brings satisfaction and joy. Nothing good comes from greed or jealousy. God doesn't owe us anything. All that is given to us is on loan from Him, and we must make the best of it. Intersecting faith and life. What relationships What bounty of blessings are you forfeiting because you cannot cheer people on around you and be glad for them? Life is pretty tough for many people, but it's much more bearable and enjoyable when we celebrate others, their victories and efforts. For further reading, check out Proverbs 14 through 30 or Same Team, the gift of the church body.
The Crosswalk Devotional is a production of Life Audio and Salem Media. If you liked what you heard today, please take a second to rate and review this podcast in your favorite podcast app so that more listeners like you can find the show. For more faith-filled, inspirational podcasts, visit us at lifeaudio.com.